Welcome back to Magic Tarot Cards. It's Jasmine. I have some world predictions here for you today. I've been meditating with spirit and shuffling at the same time. So as I meditate, ask spirit questions, the cards fall out, and this is what I have for you today. All right, so we're going to talk about a few events that are happening, things that spirit told me about. But first, I'd like to say, please thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and tell your friends about me. If you want a personal reading, text me with that number down below and I'll get back at you. All right, so I'm seeing that with the planetary lineup, and Mercury just went retrograde and then back into forward. After August, we're going to have a major shift in planetary lineups. Okay, so first I'm seeing two nations that will be trying to make friends. Like, Trump is out there trying to do all these deals and peace treaties and stuff like that. But in reality, even though he's able, allegedly, everything I say is alleged, y'all, okay? Especially if we're talking about a third person. One of the nations will sign papers, but in reality, they will be fake. Okay, so this is them. This is the two nations. This can represent the two nations. We're going to use this to represent two nations being friendly, peaceful with each other. But in reality, they don't have no agenda to do that. They're just, in other words, they're trying to trick the United States, and most likely it'll be Russia or China, and they're going to try to trick the United States into thinking that they're, going to be friendly, but then something will happen where the war will still break out. Okay, now I'm also seeing something coming up with the country India, where they might get involved in some type of war with someone that hasn't fully popped up yet, but I'm seeing something of that. Okay, now I'm seeing a shift in the sky with the stars and planetary lineups, where astrologers will start noticing things like not regular people. We aren't going to notice it, but people that study the stars and the planets, they're starting to notice a strange, a strange lineup in the stars that never has happened before, and the planets that never happened before, which is going to cause major blackouts on the Earth. We'll have a lot of blackouts, lights going out, electricity going out, your internet's going out completely, like it'll be worldwide, just a lot of blackouts everywhere, which, things will crash, a lot of internet crashes, cyber crashes and stuff like that, which will give the trolls, the people that steal your identity and stuff, they'll give them the opportunity to break into stuff and steal even more information. So the astrologers are worried about this, because that gives the enemy, more power to break into, our systems, steal information and stuff like that. Okay, you'll probably hear talks of that. Okay, now, more important, I'm seeing that higher ups, this is the blackouts here. I'm seeing blackouts. And then riots will continue. There are going to be more and more riots. Those are not going to end. If it's not against Trump, it'll be against the immigration. It'll be against something. But the riots are going to continue. Those are not going to stop. Okay, now I am seeing that people that have, like the scientists and the people that invented the AI robots and stuff like that, are beginning to get worried, because they're beginning to see a shift in the robots to where they're acting more human than they already act human. Okay, they already act human, and they have not a lot of knowledge and capable of doing all kinds of stuff. But they're beginning to see a different shift, a shift that they're almost afraid of, that's bringing fear to them, because they're beginning to see a shift of where these people or these robots are acting like real humans. Okay, so it's going to put a huge concern on their minds, and they're going to start worrying about this. You'll probably hear talks of it. They might have to shut some robots down, as they'll kind of try to take over a little bit. And I know that that's coming, because I've often talked about robots taking over, becoming real human-like. So in this year, towards the end of this year, that's going to start happening. You're going to start noticing that, and you're going to start noticing talks of robots being more human-like. Okay, so yeah. Now, waters all over the earth will continue to rise through earthquakes, tsunamis, so people have to leave. Here's people leaving, going up the hill. This card can represent higher ground, looking for higher ground. So they will continue to rise. And part of this is, I hate to say it, is a punishment, allegedly, from God due to sin. I'm going to call them sin cities, the cities that where there's sin is rampant, because sin is rampant everywhere. But, you know, those cities will be destroyed first because of sin. People committing lots of sins and sin. You know, no one's following rules. Nobody's following God's rules. So those will be destroyed first with tsunamis, earthquakes, water rising, fires, and things like that. So the waters, again, I keep hearing, will keep rising and rising. Levels of water will rise. Tsunamis will come. Anything that pertains to water will come. And it'll come in huge amounts. Not just, a little trickle here and a little trickle there. No, it's going to be huge, big amounts of water, whether it be a tsunami or a flood or whatever. They're going to continue to come. Waters will continue to rise. Okay, now I'm seeing where you often hear, when you start hearing, okay, like the peace treaty. Okay, so there'll be a peace treaty signed, and then you'll think, oh, okay, they signed the peace treaty, now we're going to have peace. Okay, that's when there is no peace. That's when things are going to get really bad, like immediately after that, because that's a sign that was written in Matthew 24 in the Bible, that when you hear of peace, there is none. Okay, they're only pretending to be at peace with the United States, when in reality they have an agenda to destroy, cause destruction, fighting war. This is war right here. This is fighting. They're fighting war, fighting each other. That's their agenda. There is no peace with those third world countries, with Russia and all that. They're never going to be in peace. Okay, there's no peace with them. There never has been in the beginning of history, from the beginning of time, and there isn't now. And I don't know what makes any president, allegedly, or any higher up think that they will come to peace, because it's not. It's even written in the Bible. Like, that's the true word right there. If you want to know anything that's happening, it's there. All you got to do is look it up. All right? So, but there is no peace. But when you hear of peace, and when you think we're finally at peace, that's when to expect huge war, huge upset, war coming, possibly the start of World War III. Immediately after that is when the Antichrist will appear. And that's in a whole nother video, y'all. I'm not going to discuss that today. But this is just a short world prediction of some of the things that are coming. And I'll be doing another one soon. Thanks for watching. This is Jasmine from Magic Tarot Card. If you want a personal reading, text me and I'll get back at you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, thumbs up. Tell your friends about me. And watch all the other videos. All your horoscope love scopes and horoscopes are in the shorts videos. Go watch those. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.